So from previous tutorial I am going to add interactivity to our clock, making it working. So for that we are going to need access to the DOM elements through JavaScript, and to work with HTML and interop, making it interactive, we always use the help of query selectors to select the element and to manipulate the values. So these are reactive values. If I change it to 40, so it is going to move by 40 degrees. If I make it to 10, so to 10 degrees. So these are reactive values. We can make changes to them through programmatically, and our minutes and seconds are just these path elements selected in the JavaScript, and you can check it yourself. You can set attribute, and which attribute we want to currently change is this transform attribute, and we want to set its rotate value and change it by 56 degrees, and it is going to change. And we can also want to see how to manage the time. So this function is going to run every second, so it takes the input as 1 millisecond. So 1000 is 1 second. So we can check to keep the record of escaped seconds from the code being executed on the browser. We will simply going to increment escaped seconds. So let's put the escaped seconds. Okay, it's moving, but it's not moving pretty. I am okay. I think it should be, so 360 degrees total it needs to move, and we are putting seconds inside it. So let's make it in 60 seconds. So in 1 second it is going to move by 360 by 60. So let's multiply that value, and hopefully it is going to work. Yes, it's working. And we have minutes clock, minutes hand. So we need to write this code, and escaped seconds. So we need to divide it by 60, since 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds, and we don't want to move the minute hand every second. We want to move it by every minute, right? So we are converting seconds into minutes here, and that's fine. So same for our hand, and we are writing the same code. Just, I think you can leave the tutorial here, but I am going to do some pretty optimizations which are not essential, but going to give you hints how a real programmer make tweaks in his code. And so this is the code. I divided 360 by 24 and multiplied it, and it is going to be working. So let's make it change the escaped second. So I'm going to make it 360 1 hour. Oh yeah, it moved. 360 1 hour, 1 of clock. We move it to by how many hours? By 12 hours. Yeah, it is working. So we can move to simplification of this code. So you can see we are repeating this code from the angle itself, and I'm going to use extracted set angle function. So this is going to take the time value, the second, minutes, clock or element, and the angle which we want to set over them. So, and we can just copy from here. And then just put the angle itself. And yep, the code is, you are going to see little changes, but at this scale of project there is no need for any extra optimizations, anything. I think what I am doing right now is also not needed to be done. Yep, I think it's looking good, pretty much kind of how you would like to be your code. You can understand it, you can change the values, and it's still going to work how it should work. But there is a flaw. It is depending upon the seconds, and we want to make it more reactive to the milliseconds. What happen if we will update it every millisecond? So to achieve this, I am first going to set it by millisecond, and instead of escaped seconds, we are going to check for escaped milliseconds. Okay, and since it's a millisecond, it's pretty good to add this. So this will make it total 1 second. If I multiply it by 60, so I know this both going to make it 1 minute. So this is value of 1 minute, and one more 60 makes it 1 hour. So I need to divide it by 1000 by default. That's the only thing I need to do it right now, and multiply by 1000. What's happening? Okay, let's make it it's moving. So it is updating every millisecond right now, and it is looking much better than before, I think. And I set it to 1 hour, and it's shifted by 1 hour. Let's make it 12 hours. It is shifted by 12 hours. Let's check if the minute clock is working. So let's add extra 1000 into 60 into 20. Yes, it is working. It's on 20 minutes. If I put 30, it's going to be in minutes. So it is right now updating every milliseconds, looking good. Every clock is moving milliseconds. So if I do little trick to run it little faster, possibly, if not possible, okay, it is going to run every millisecond only for right now. And I think it's finished. Total clock, you can implement all the design works. It is pretty simple. I defined it is color of black. You can change it pretty easy. It's just opacity value. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks for your cooperation.